Jack, try as you might in these other starts to tell yourself it was a 1-0 game, even though it wasn't. Is it different when it is actually a 1-0 game when you're pitching?
I try to keep myself a little bit under. I try to keep myself under control and not try too hard today. Had a couple of situations there, getting some runners on second with nobody out, leading off innings, and just trying to keep myself under control and continue to execute pitches. I got away from myself there, and whatever inning it was, walking two guys, arm started dragging a little bit, had to make an adjustment as the inning went on. But a situation like that, 1-0, I just kept trying to execute and do what I could.
Do you enjoy tighter games like that rather than being hit by 5 or 6 or 7?
Anytime you get to go out and pitch, it's fun. The guys did a good job getting a lead, getting up 1-0, especially on a guy like Burnes, who's been, he's been pretty dang good all year. So to get up 1-0, we're just trying to make that hold up and continue to execute pitch after pitch. And if it led to zeros, it led to zeros. So all I could try to do was continue to do that.
How much does the addition maybe of your curveball do against a Milwaukee team that had been difficult for you in the past, even though some of the names on the roster have changed from Milwaukee? That's not been a good place for you to pitch statistically or the team.
Yeah, had some demons here. Just try to execute, use everything. Not try to get too, fastball heavy or slider heavy, and continue to mix. Even when we got into situations like that, just continue to mix and continue to execute. Keep the ball down, do little things. Kids did a really good job. And then the guys made plays when we really needed to. Just all around really good stuff.
Thank you.
Jeff Jones, Belleville News Democrat.
Jack, I think it's probably not talking out of school to say that these two teams look like maybe they're going to be the two teams competing for this division down the stretch this year. When you have a game like this where it's these two teams, it's you versus Burnes, it's a rubber match of a series. Is it, even in May, is it fun to get up for a game like that in kind of a relatively big situation?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good match between two really good teams. They're obviously they're missing Yelich. But at the end of the day, it's two good teams going at it. Anytime you get that, it's going to be a fun one. And, it's a fun series all the way around. Some all games are really tight. So anytime you get in a situation like that, it's fun. It makes for exciting games, makes for exciting baseball. You just got to try to keep yourself composed and not try to do too much and stay within yourself.
Steve Margeri, Associated Press.
You talked about the matchup with the Brewers, but just matching up with Corbin Burnes, the way he'd been pitching, how much were you looking forward to kind of that ace matchup? And also, how much did it help just to get that early lead after the way the last two games had gone, where y'all hadn't scored until the 7th or 8th?
I think in that early lead right there, 1-0, scratching across a run against him, and was awesome. That gave our team a lot of confidence there. And I know we didn't scratch across another against him, but we were in situations too. We were really close, one hit away here and there, and then kept on it, kept pushing on, and kept putting pressure on them. They made a good play there. Kane throwing out Tommy at the plate, and then Wong made a nice play in the 8th also to save another run. So but the offense kept pushing. They kept pressure on, and then in the 9th finally scratched across another one, which made it a little bit easier on A-Ray, giving them a two-run lead for that 9th inning. So the offense they kept scratching and clawing, and found a way to get a second one, which just gives a little bit more peace out there for A-Ray. And he shut it down. Gio, Cabby, A-Ray, all three of those guys came in, shut it down, did a really good job. Kids called another really good game. Guys just did it out there.
Katie Wood, The Athletic.
Jack, obviously what this team went through last year was so many things were out of your guys' control, and especially in your case, having to go those 26 games without a start. But that didn't really stop a national narrative from saying, maybe you're not an ace or you don't have what it takes to carry a pitching staff. Now, you've certainly done a very good job in putting that narrative to rest. But when you go out there now, are you pitching to prove anything?
No, I'm not. I don't pitch anything to prove anything to anybody else. I do everything for my own reasons, and for the people in my corner. I can just go out there and try to execute as many times as I can throughout the course of the game until Shilty comes and takes me out. I don't do anything for anybody else or anybody wants to say or wants to write, whatnot. all you try to do is go out there and execute, and let everything else speak for itself.
When you have a game like today, how big is it for you to see Alex come out with that slider of his? And, just 2 days ago, he went 6 straight sliders to end the game. Today, he gets 3 strikeouts in the 9th, all on sliders, and just all that he's been through to see him go out there and have the success he's been having so far.
Alex is a dog, man. He's a dog. He loves that moment. I remember talking to him after might have been in the middle of the game, that last game in the wild card game against the Padres, where it didn't go so well for him. And, we just had a conversation, and it was like, look, man, you're going to be doing this for a while. It's a lot of fun watching you. Like, ain't nobody else I'd rather have come out of the pen there in any situation. And, he's taken that. And whether or not that meant anything to him, I don't know. Don't really care. But he's run with it, and he's been lights out. He's been unbelievable in that 9th inning, and he's going to continue to be. So it's been fun. I'm looking forward to watching him continue to do what he does.
Thank you very much.
2 more for Jack. Rob Reyes, STL Sports Page.
Hey, Jack, you talk about the demons you've had at that ballpark. Are you the kind of guy that looks back at those games and thinks about them coming into a start like this, or are you just more concentrated on how you're pitching right now?
I'm not going to look back and think about it. Obviously, I know, I mean, you know how things have gone when you come here before, and, but at the end of the day, you got to find a way to push that to the side and focus on staying present. All those things happened in the past, and all we can control is what's going on right here in the present, which was today. And no previous games are going to have any effect on what goes on today. So that's the only way to look at it. The only way to look at it is to focus on today. Not anything else that happened prior means nothing. The numbers are there; they are what they are. But all you can control is what's going on right there.
Zach Silver, MLB.com.
Hey, Jack, the answer might be as simple, just trying to avoid the middle of the zone, but how much has pitching vertically up towards the top of the zone and under the zone with the fastball, how much does that kind of maybe help you settle into this year, help you kind of get some feel for other pitches? How much of a point of emphasis has that been for you so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've done a good job of attacking with the ball down with the fastball and then elevating when we need to. And I think everything's just kind of played off that, keeping the ball down, limiting damage. It's a lot harder to lift that ball when it's down around the knees, and then elevating when we really need to. So just continuing to mix and continue to mix and execute.